Hello everyone! Welcome to A Garden a Day with Maidenbrock Gardens, where we explore the world one garden at a time. Today is July 3rd. The New York Times called today's garden one of the most enchanted and enchanting settings in America. 40 acres of gardens surround the 30,000 square foot home of George and Ellen Booth at today's garden, Cranbrook House and Gardens, just north of Detroit, in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Built in 1908 in the arts and crafts style with significant work done between 1918 and 1922, the house served as the Booths' home for 40 years. After 1922, the Booths decided Cranbrook should be given over to a larger public purpose and set about developing 6 institutions at Cranbrook, something that would go on to be known as the Cranbrook Educational Community and set Cranbrook apart nationally as perhaps the most renowned educational facility in the United States for architecture. The 6 institutions were the Brookside School for children, Cranbrook School for boys, Kingswood School for girls, Cranbrook Academy of Art, Cranbrook Institute of Science, and Christ Church Cranbrook. All told, 14 buildings make up the Cranbrook complex and were added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1973. In 1989, Cranbrook was designated a National Historic Landmark. In 1944, the Booths deeded their property to the Cranbrook Foundation. They lived their remaining years at Cranbrook under a life trust, not as the owners of Cranbrook. In 1971, Henry Scripps Booth, youngest son of George and Ellen, organized the Cranbrook House and Gardens Auxiliary, along with a small group of like-minded individuals, to preserve, maintain, and share the house and gardens. The auxiliary still carries on that mission today. The gardens include 15 individual gardens surrounding the house. The sunken garden is always a delight. Surrounded by fieldstone walls, the sunken garden is planted in an English long border style. Perennials are planted along the walls with 4 rows in the center of the garden dedicated to annuals where volunteers create a different botanical work of art each year. This year the garden includes gemstone colors of sun patiens. About 1,750 flowers were used for this year's design. The Japanese garden at Cranbrook is one of the oldest in North America. Mature Japanese maples make this garden a shaded and peaceful retreat. To one side of the house is the reflecting pool garden. The pool is bordered by perennials planted in a mirrored design. There is a butterfly garden, which is certified as an official monarch way station by Monarch Watch, and an herb garden that has been managed by the Herb Society of America Southern Michigan Unit since 1971. Other gardens include Daffodil Hill, with its 4,000 blooming daffodils in spring, the Bog Garden, originally installed in 1913, the Hosta Garden, and the Native Plant Garden. The Cranbrook Auxiliary rescues Michigan native plants from construction sites and offers them for sale at their annual spring plant sale. The plants that don't sell get planted in this garden. The garden is also home to a conservatory greenhouse, which houses tropical plants, succulents, and orchids. The gardens are a popular spot for professional photography, so much so that sessions need to be booked in advance and sell out quickly. The garden also hosts yoga in the garden, and on July 12th, Ellen Booth's birthday, they will host a special house tour and elegant afternoon tea in the library. The library, I should mention, has its own garden. The center portion of the garden is called Ellen's Garden and is planted with Ellen Booth's favorite colors: mauve, purple, lavender, and pink. The 2 gardens on either side of Ellen's Garden are planted with complementing colors like bookends to Ellen's Garden. For art lovers, there are sculptures and fountains located throughout the gardens. This summer, the gardens at Cranbrook are open daily from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. The conservatory greenhouse is open from 11 to 2 on Mondays and Thursdays. Guided tours are available. Well, that's about it for today's garden visit. Join me here tomorrow to find out where we're going next. Thank you for listening today and every day. If all goes well, I'll be right back here tomorrow. See you then.